Welcome to the BEASTwriter podcast. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we're going to be discussing fantasy football. Yes, that's right. Not only do I cover all 32 NFL teams, I also give fantasy football advice. I was on DraftKings, FanDuel, a few other ones, and I give my bold predictions on my analysis and insights. All right, so if you were tuning into my podcast earlier in the year, you would know that I made the bold prediction that Brandon Aiyuk would have a better game than Tyler Lockett. Now, looking back, it was the right play. Tyler Lockett had a 200-yard game and 3-touchdown performance. He was on my roster. I decided to bench him in the San Francisco 49ers matchup in favor of Brandon Aiyuk, and Brandon Aiyuk saved my day. So bold predictions like that is why you guys follow me, all right? So we're going to do it all again at the wide receiver position. This time it's going to be the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals matchup. DK Metcalf versus Patrick Peterson. So first, let's go over what NFL Network Steve Wyche, my man, said on NFL Network. It's really, really good to follow Steve Wyche, not just because I'm biased because he's my boy, but he's just a really good follow. He gives a lot of insight, a lot of analysis on Twitter. You can follow him on Twitter. He has Huddle and Podcast with my other man, Jim Trotter. So Jim Trotter and Steve Wyche, good job. They do a really good job of keeping you informed on all things NFL. Be sure to follow them. All right, so getting back to DK Metcalf, all right, Steve Wyche pointed it out. He only has 3 catches for 29 yards on 10 targets in his 3 matchups and meetings with the Arizona Cardinals. And he also pointed out that, and gave some insight, that's why you got to follow him. He's saying that Patrick Peterson's going to mirror DK Metcalf tonight. Well, I think that's a bad move. Why? I know Patrick Peterson loves to get his hands on receivers early on in the down. So you win the down by what? When you got the line of scrimmage, you have patient hips. You don't turn your hips too early. You don't give inside outside leverage, whatever leverage you're playing with. And basically you want to keep everything in front, staying square at the line of scrimmage. Well, that's what Patrick Peterson does. He was early in the down, and when you win early in the down, it throws out the timing with the quarterback, and bad things happen for the offense. Well, you have DK Metcalf. And yes, in the first meeting this year, DK Metcalf didn't do so well. I think he only had 2 catches. But it's DK Metcalf. Anytime he has less than 20 yards or about 20 to 30 yards in the game, the following game he just goes out of control. All right, so I'm going to roll with DK Metcalf. I'll tell you why. Again, you guys know that I cover all 32 NFL teams, or if you don't know that, you know that by now. I grade all 32 NFL teams and their players. I graded Patrick Peterson's every snap this year, and in my grading system, he's not looking so hot. Let me explain why. One, he's graded out very poorly in giving up first down. So in terms of protecting the sticks, he doesn't do a very good job of that. 15 by my count. All right. Another thing that plays in DK Metcalf's favor is the big play. Well, we all saw what happened against the Buffalo Bills where he got an interception, but he also gave up a lot of big plays, including touchdowns. So on the year, Patrick Peterson has given up 6 big plays of 20 plus or more yards. That's not good. Third of all, you got to look at it from a passer rating standpoint. So in my grading system, Patrick Peterson was targeted 48 times, gave up 30 completions for 391 yards and 3 touchdowns. So that's a passer rating of 82.9, which is, it's okay. But again, you're not going against DK Metcalf, and this is a different guy coming off a bad performance. He only had 20-something yards last week. Look for him to get back on track this week. And I know a lot of fantasy football gurus are saying, sit DK Metcalf. No, you play DK Metcalf this week, especially. I'm calling it. I'm saying it. I'm going to say start DK Metcalf. He's going to be a riser. He might even win your league single-handedly. This is what I see from him, all right? Patrick Peterson gets beat on double moves. He plays with a cushion when he's not playing at the line of scrimmage, and he gives up, like I said, first downs, 15 of them. And when you play behind the sticks and he can't protect the sticks, it does what? It gives the offense more opportunities for your playmakers to make plays. Good for fantasy football if you're in the PPR league. Second of all, from a height, weight, speed standpoint, DK Metcalf is a mismatch all day. Now, Patrick Peterson, back in the day, had the height, weight, speed, but he just doesn't have that speed anymore. He doesn't. I watch every single snap, and he gets beat by guys like Cole Beasley, Stephon Diggs, a lot of these faster receivers, and he can't keep up with the Joneses. He just can't do it anymore. He's just too old. Is he a good receiver or is he a good cornerback? No, in my grading system, he's graded at a 5.5, with 5 being average, 6 being above average. So he's not even above average in my book, in my grading system. All right. And he will lose those 50-50 balls to DK Metcalf tonight. You watch. There's going to be 50-50 balls thrown up in the air. Russell Wilson's, if it's matched up one-on-one, which Steve Weiss has said, DK Metcalf's going to win that all game long because he can just box out the cornerback and win that ball at the highest point. All right. So fantasy watch, start DK Metcalf. My prediction for him tonight is at least 6 catches for around 95 yards and a touchdown. Well, that'll be it for today. I hope you like my fantasy football analysis. If you did, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right hand corner as I keep all things Beast. Thank you very much. Have a good night. BEASTwriter out.